What's up, gamers? I know you're tired of boring mobile games match 3 trash or pay-to-win garbage like PUBG or Diablo Immortal. That's why in today's video, I put together a top 15 of real AAA games you can play right on your phone. Yep, you heard that right. Real console-level games on mobile. And this video is going to be super fun, especially the end where I'll show you the most mind-blowing AAA games on mobile. So make sure to watch to the end. I promise you won't regret it. Now, let's get into the top. Kicking off our list at number 15 is Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, a true mobile Devil May Cry experience. It brings the fast-paced, stylish hack-and-slash combat you'd expect from the franchise right to your phone. You get to play as iconic characters like Dante and Nero, pulling off insane combos and juggling demons in mid-air. The graphics are seriously impressive for mobile. It almost feels like a console game in your pocket. But the game's not perfect. Critics weren't too impressed. The story is weak, the donation is annoying, and it doesn't quite hit the same highs as the main DMC titles. That's why it's only at number 15, a solid mobile action game, but not quite a masterpiece. At number 14, we have The Division Resurgence, an upcoming mobile entry in Ubisoft's popular Division series. This one promises a full open-world experience with console-level third-person shooting, loot gear, and co-op missions, all on your phone. Set in a post-crisis New York, it looks and feels just like the main games, only this time it fits in your pocket. The visuals are stunning, and early gameplay footage shows smooth mechanics and good graphics, but since the game hasn't officially launched yet, there's still a lot we don't know, so it's only 14th place. At number 13, we have Sniper Elite 4, a full-blown tactical shooter that made its way to mobile devices. This isn't your average run-and-gun game. It's all about stealth, long-range sniping, and that oh-so-satisfying slow-motion X-ray kill cam. The mobile version delivers impressive graphics, huge open levels, and plenty of freedom in how you approach each mission. You play as Carl Fairburn, taking out Nazis one bullet at a time in war-torn Italy. It's a surprisingly complete port for mobile. The only problem is 720p and 30 FPS lock. The controls can feel a bit clunky on touchscreen, and performance may vary depending on your device. Still, if you're into tactical shooters, and especially if you like stealth, but at the same time want a console-quality sniping experience on your phone, this one's definitely worth a try. At number 12, we have Genshin Impact. Yeah, I know. Half of you just rolled your eyes. Isn't that just a waifu gacha game with anime sword boys? Well, yes, but hear me out. Under all the gacha banners and questionable outfits, Genshin is actually a legit open-world action RPG. Like, big map, crazy boss fights, actual story, and yes, even co-op. It looks amazing. The combat is smooth, and believe it or not, this game is available on mobile, PC, and console. So yeah, it's technically AAA, no matter how many memes you've seen. Will everyone love it? Probably not, but is it worth trying at least once before uninstalling it in rage when you don't pull Diluc? Absolutely. Give it a shot. Who knows? You might get addicted or uninstall it in 10 minutes. Either way, that's content. At number 11, we have Assassin's Creed Jade, a game that's been delayed so many times, I'm starting to think it's part of the plot. Seriously, Ubisoft's been teasing this game since what feels like ancient China itself. But jokes aside, this game actually looks pretty insane. An open-world Assassin's Creed on mobile set in ancient China? Yes, please. Parkour, stealth kills, and a full console-like experience, all on your phone. The graphics are wild for a mobile game, and early gameplay shows smooth combat, traversal, and exploration. If this thing actually releases in our lifetime, it might be a very good experience to try. Coming in at number 10, we've got Resident Evil 3 Remake. And yes, this is the real deal, a full console quality survival horror experience on a phone. Like, how is this even legal? Stunning visuals, smooth performance, intense atmosphere, it's all here. You're running through Raccoon City as Jill Valentine, dodging zombies, solving puzzles, and trying not to scream every time Nemesis shows up out of nowhere. This is easily one of the most impressive mobile ports ever made. It's not a mobile version, it's the actual game. If you're into survival horror, this is an absolute must-play. So why is it only number 10? Well, the next games on the list either bring something new, bigger, or crazier to the table. But still, RE3 Remake on mobile is proof that we're truly living in the future. Before we move on to number 9, can I ask you for one small favor? 99% of you are watching this without subscribing. My poor subscriber button is crying in the corner. I put a lot of effort into these videos, so if you're enjoying it even a little bit, hit that red button, please. It's free, and it makes a huge difference. All right? Cool. Now let's get back to the games. At number 9, we have Grid Autosport, a game that might not be brand new, but still holds its ground as one of the more serious racing games on mobile. It originally launched on consoles and PC back in the day, and later made its way to smartphones. And yeah, it's definitely showing its age in the graphics department. But here's the thing, it's not about flashy visuals, it's about real racing mechanics. This game gives you actual car handling, real circuits, and a variety of race types, from street to touring to open wheel. And unlike most mobile racers, there's no pay-to-win nonsense, just a full game with all the content up front. It won't blow you away with realism, but if you're tired of casual racers with neon effects and swipe to drift, Grid Autosport might be exactly the old-school challenge you need. Coming in at number 8, Grid Legends. If you thought the last game, Grid Autosport, was cool, this one is like its younger, faster, better-looking brother who just graduated from racing school with honors. Everything about Grid Legends feels more modern. The graphics are sharper, the controls are smoother, and the overall experience is just way more polished. It has a full cinematic story mode, actual characters, cutscenes, drama, not something you usually get in mobile racers. And of course, it's got tons of cars, race types, and multiplayer support. It feels way more alive than Autosport ever did, and still manages to fit in your pocket. So if you liked Grid Autosport but wanted something more refined and exciting, Grid Legends is your next step. It's what mobile racing should look like.
Number 7 is Resident Evil 7, a full-on first-person horror game that proves mobile phones are now powerful enough to make you cry in fear. This isn't some goofy zombie shooter, this is legit psychological terror. You explore a creepy house, get chased by a crazy family, and question your life choices every 30 seconds. The graphics are surprisingly good, but what really gets you is the sound design. Creaking doors, whispering voices, distant footsteps. Yeah, don't play this at 2 a.m. unless you want to meet your soul. Pro tip, use headphones and maybe a diaper. The story is super twisted and weird in the best way, and every moment feels like something awful is about to happen. Spoiler, it usually does. It's intense, scary, and somehow still playable on a tiny screen. Honestly, it's one of the best horror experiences on mobile, assuming your heart can handle it.
At number 6, we've got Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. And let me tell you right now, if you're expecting a chill little platformer, think again. This game makes you work. Like real sweat on your fingers kind of work. It's a fast-paced, stylish 2.5D action platformer with tight combat, slick movement, and a world full of traps, puzzles, and enemies that don't go easy on you. The gameplay actually evolves as you go. New mechanics, new challenges, and yeah, you'll probably die more than a few times, but that's what makes it fun. Every time you master a new combo or dodge a boss's attack by a split second, it feels so satisfying. And it's not just all action, the story is surprisingly solid too, with cool cutscenes and a mystical vibe that feels very classic Prince of Persia, but modernized. If you want a mobile game that actually tests your skills and keeps getting better the more you play, this is it. Excited? Highly recommended. No autoplay garbage here, just you, your reflexes, and some ancient Persian chaos. Sliding into number 5, like Leon sliding into Raccoon City, it's Resident Evil 2 Remake. And oh man, this one's special. It's everything a survival horror fan could ask for. Tight gameplay, dark, creepy atmosphere, puzzles that make you feel smart or very dumb, and zombies that don't go down without a fight. The graphics, gorgeous. The pacing, perfectly terrifying. And the sound design? Yeah, don't play this alone in the dark unless you enjoy mild heart attacks. You've got 2 playable characters, Leon and Claire, both with their own storylines, weapons, and moments of absolute panic. 1 second you're solving a puzzle, the next, boom, Mr. X just Kool-Aid manned through the wall like, hello, it's trauma time. Seriously, I still have trust issues with doors thanks to this game. It runs shockingly well on mobile too. Like, how did they cram this much tension and detail into a phone without it catching fire? No microtransactions, no nonsense, just pure polished horror. This remake is nearly perfect. Nearly. But is it the best Resident Evil on mobile? Well, not quite. Stick around, we're not done yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Number 4, and it's time to get serious, like real assassin mode activated. Because here comes Assassin's Creed Mirage. And yes, I'm still freaking out that this actually runs on a phone. This isn't some watered-down spin-off or weird mobile side project. No, this is the actual, full, glorious Mirage running on your pocket device like it owns the place. Set in Baghdad, with the vibe and stealth style that feels straight out of the Ezio era, but with that beautiful modern polish. It's like Ubisoft finally said, fine, let's put the real deal on mobile and see what happens. The visuals, clean and cinematic. The movement, smooth and weighty. The assassinations, brutal, satisfying, and sometimes so stylish you'll want to rewind and watch them again in slow-mo. You're climbing rooftops, blending in crowds, air assassinating guards like it's 2009 all over again, except this time it's in 4K. On a screen the size of your hand. And don't even get me started on the story. You play as Basim, yep, the same Basim from AC Valhalla, but this time we go back to his roots. It's personal, grounded, and surprisingly deep. No gods or superpowers, just raw stealth and knife skills. Basically, it's like Ubisoft went, you guys miss the classic Assassin's Creed? Here, take this, but make sure your phone doesn't melt. Oh, and fun fact, this is probably Ubisoft's only truly successful Assassin's Creed in the past few years. And what did they do with it? Bam! They ported it to phones. Like, hey, this one actually worked. Let's shrink it down and blow everyone's mind again. And somehow, it actually worked again. Pro tip, play this one with headphones, low lights, and no distractions. Because Mirage pulls you in, and once you start air assassinating guards off balconies, it's over. You've officially become that assassin. Also, prepare to rage quietly when a guard spots you mid-stealth, because mobile screen taps aren't always on your side. Is it the best AC ever? That's up for debate, but is it one of the most ambitious, high quality, how is this real, mobile games ever made? Absolutely. Mirage isn't just a game, it's a statement, and if this is what mobile gaming looks like now, I'm scared for what's coming next. Number 3, Resident Evil Village. A game that's not just good for mobile, it's better than some console titles. Period. Let's be honest, this isn't just another scary game with cheap jump scares and spooky music. This is a full-blown, atmospheric, cinematic experience with incredible pacing, smart level design, and enough variety to keep you locked in for hours. What makes Village stand out is how it constantly evolves. You're not stuck in one setting. You move from snowy villages to haunted mansions to mechanical factories and even psychological puppet horror. And each part feels like a new game. It's like binge watching 4 horror movies in one sitting, but you're the main character and everything wants to eat you. And it's not just about the horror, it's also a really tight action game. The shooting feels good, the upgrades are satisfying, and the boss fights? Pure cinematic chaos. Like, imagine fighting a 10-foot tall vampire with claws while trapped in a luxury castle. That's not a boss fight, that's a breakup gone wrong. Then there's the atmosphere. Environmental storytelling is on another level. You learn about the village just by walking through it. Old photos, destroyed homes, weird altars, creepy diaries. Every room tells a story, usually one you don't want to be part of. And the soundtrack? Subtle, eerie, and perfectly timed to ruin your nerves. Oh, and the cast of villains? It's like Capcom looked at a horror movie festival and said, we'll take one of everything. You've got a magnetic maniac building robot zombies, a fish dude who literally vomits his way around, a silent puppet master who could replace Chucky in therapy sessions, and a vampire aristocrat that made half the internet question their moral compass. But what really makes this version of Village impressive is the performance on mobile. This is native gameplay with high-res textures, fluid animation, and full cutscenes, running on a device that also used just for scrolling Instagram Reels. And yet, here we are, playing one of the best horror games of the decade in your hands. Village is everything mobile gaming was supposed to become, and somehow never did, until now. It's polished, it's punchy, and it has actual depth. The only thing scarier than the monsters is how good this port actually is. Number 2, Death Stranding. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Wait, the walking simulator with the crying babies and weird ghost slime? Yes, that one. And trust me, you're not ready. Death Stranding is not your typical mobile game. Heck, it's not even a typical game, period. This is a full-blown cinematic experience wrapped in deep lore, surreal visuals, and a story that's basically post-apocalypse meets philosophy class. You play as Sam Porter Bridges, delivery man, savior of humanity, and Norman Reedus with a backpack the size of a refrigerator. Your goal? To reconnect a broken America after a mysterious cataclysm tore it apart. How? By literally walking across the country and delivering packages like some kind of post-apocalyptic Amazon Prime. But don't get it twisted. This isn't boring. This game is quietly intense. Every step matters. Every journey is a struggle. You'll slip, fall, drown, lose cargo, get chased by time ghosts, struck by lightning, attacked by rain, or just trip over a rock and rage quit. But here's the thing. That's the point. The game is about isolation, connection, rebuilding, and resilience. It's about feeling alone and still moving forward. It's about crying over a package of medicine that you finally delivered after a 45-minute hike through hell. The world is stunning. Rain-soaked mountains, endless plains, abandoned cities, and haunting music that kicks in at exactly the right time. And when it hits, it hits. You'll stop moving just to look at the scenery. Or to cry. Possibly both. And let's not forget the story. This is Hideo Kojima we're talking about, the man behind Metal Gear. The plot is complex, weird, philosophical, confusing, genius, emotional, and full of celebrities playing characters you can't explain to your parents. You've got a baby in a jar that helps you see ghosts, a man named Die Hard Man who never dies, Mads Mikkelsen crying in a World War I trench, Guillermo del Toro giving you bath bombs, and somehow it all works. Now imagine all of that on your phone. Insane, right? After a night in PUBG, anything feels insane, even the microwave menu. But there's one big catch. This mobile version doesn't support touch controls. That's right. You have to use a controller. So if you don't have a controller lying around, sorry, this masterpiece will have to wait. But here's the best part. This is just the beginning.
because Death Stranding 2 is going to be released soon. And if we're lucky, really lucky, we might see it on mobile one day too. And now, we finally made it. You've seen a post-apocalyptic delivery man carrying babies in jars through ghost storms. You've been hunted by vampires in castles and mutants in villages. You've raced through high-speed city streets and grid legends, sweated through precision platforming in Prince of Persia, snuck through dystopian ruins with Sniper Elite, and even relived the nightmares of Raccoon City. Twice. And so on. But trust me, everything up to this point was just the warm-up. Because the game at number 1 isn't just good. It's not just AAA. It's the reason mobile gaming might finally be taken seriously.
Let me say it loud and clear. This is not a drill. Number 1, Resident Evil 4 Remake. One of the greatest survival horror games of all time. What are we even doing here? This isn't mobile gaming anymore. This is black magic. Let's talk about the game. Resident Evil 4 was already a legendary title. Capcom could have just ported the 2005 version and called it a day, but nope, they remade it from scratch. New graphics that melt your eyeballs, in a good way. Rewritten dialogue, cinematic cutscenes, better pacing, smarter enemies, and Leon, oh boy, Leon. This man went from edgy cop with floppy hair to full-blown action hero with perfect aim, drip, and one-liners for days. You're not surviving, you're styling. Let's be honest, this game has no right to run this well on a phone. The lighting, the shadows, the rain, the fire, the parry system, the exploding heads, and it's all here. Every single moment, from the iconic village intro to that insane jet ski finale. Oh, and remember Ashley? She actually has a personality now. And she doesn't scream, "Leon!" every 10 seconds. Character development, babe. Boss fights, terrifying and glorious. Weapons, satisfying AF. Soundtrack, chills. Literal chills. And let's be real, fighting a chainsaw guy in a burning village while blocking his attacks with a combat knife on your phone is the peak of human evolution. This game doesn't just raise the bar, it drop kicks the bar into orbit. So if someone ever tells you mobile games are for kids, just hand them your phone and launch RE4 Remake. Watch their jaw hit the floor in 4K. This isn't just the best mobile AAA game, this is one of the best games of all time. And after everything you've just seen, if you're still alive, congratulations.
You've officially survived the most epic mobile AAA roundup in YouTube history!
Take a deep breath, hydrate, maybe call your mom. You deserve it. But hey, if this video made you smile, gasp, or scream, "No way that runs on a phone!" at least once, then please support this channel. Leave a like, drop a comment, or hit subscribe. It means the world. And if you really want to help out, there's a donation link in the description. No pressure, but yeah, I don't have sponsors. I'm not backed by some big company. Just me, my editing software, zero sleep, and a dream. So if you feel like buying me a coffee, I'll love you forever. I genuinely hope this video gave you exactly what the title promised. No clickbait, no filler, just the good stuff. And if you're still here, you're a legend. Now, go check out my other videos. They might not be as insane as this one, but hey, they're still cooked with the same love, memes, and pure gamer energy. I've been Lolik, you've been awesome. And this was absolute madness. Catch you in the next one, legends. Peace.